trying to think here. Sounds good. I've got a good feeling about this.
Remember those who lost. Fight.
If you insist.
Greetings, friend. If you're sure. Sounds interesting. Sounds interesting. I've got a good feeling about this. If you're sure. Sounds good. If you're sure. Sounds good.
Together we will save Azeroth. Lead on, I'm with you. Lead on, I'm with you. Remember those we lost. Together we will save Azeroth. Fight well. Fight well. Together we will save Azeroth. Remember those we lost. Lead on, I'm with you. Lead on, I'm with you. Fight well. Together we will save Azeroth.
I've got a good feeling about this. Sounds interesting. I've got a good feeling about this. Sounds good. If you're sure. Time is of the essence.
We stand together.
What's the plan? Sounds interesting. I've got a good feeling about this. If you're sure. Sounds good. Sounds interesting.
My bow is at the ready. Remember those we lost.
Greetings, friend.
Fight well. Greetings. Together we will save Azeroth.
What's the plan? I've got a good feeling about this. Sounds interesting.
Baladash Malanor.
Do you require aid, human?
Shh, I'm trying to think here. Time is of the essence. If you're sure.
We stand together.
As Quel'Serrar was forged by the dragons and given to the Caldari, its twin, Quel'Dalar, was given to my people. The king bestowed the blade upon my friend, the Lorien Dawnseeker. But even Thalorian's skill and Quel'Dalar's magic could not save Silver Moon from the might of the Scourge. Thalorian fell before the gates of the Sunwell, buying time for others to escape. After the battle, I recovered the sword from the field. I bore it to Northrend in the service of my prince, seeking to avenge our people's defeat. Arthas shattered our forces, and took the most powerful of us into his service as the San'lain. My memories of Thalorian went cold, and so did his blade. It was I who brought Quel'Dalar here, to return it to its makers. In breaking the weapon, so did I break its power. Quel'Dalar will never serve another.
What's the plan? Sounds good. Sounds good. If you're sure. Sounds interesting. I've got a good feeling about this. Sounds good. If you're sure.
Lead on.
I'm trying to think here. Sounds interesting. I've got a good feeling about this. If you're sure.
Orders.
Greetings, friend. I've got a good feeling about this. Get down, Sparkle. Time is of the essence. Sounds good.
Baladash Malanor.
What ails you? Yes, my friend. Yes, my liege.
I'm trying to think here. Sounds interesting. Sounds good. If you're sure. Sounds interesting. I've got a good feeling about this.
You need. On my way. Of course.
What's the plan? Sounds good.
Orders. Right. Attack!
Time is of the essence. Sounds interesting. Greetings, friend. I hate resorting to violence, but you're an exception. I've got a good feeling about this. If you're sure.
What'll it be, hotshot?
My bow is at the ready.
What's the plan? If you're sure. Time is of the essence. I've got a good feeling about this.
This better be good. What a good idea.
I'm trying to think here. Sounds good. Greetings, friend. Sounds interesting. Sounds good. If you're sure. I've got a good feeling about this. Sounds interesting. I've got a good feeling about this. What's the plan? Sounds interesting. I'm trying to think here.
Is my aid required?
Greetings. Lead on. I'm with you.
Greetings, friend. If you're sure. Sounds good. Sounds interesting. Sounds good. I've got a good feeling about this. If you're sure. Time is of the essence. If you're sure. Sounds interesting. Sounds good. My magic will tear you apart! I've got a good feeling about this. I've got a good feeling about this. If you're sure. Sounds good. Sounds interesting. I've got a good feeling about this.
Remember those.
Sounds good.
You need.
You'll pay for what you've done, fiend!
What's the plan? Greetings, friend.
My magic will tear you apart!
Sounds interesting. If you're sure. If you're sure. Sounds interesting. I've got a good feeling about this. Sounds good. Sounds interesting. Sounds good. trying to think here. Greetings, friend.
Help me, help you.
Shh. I'm trying to think here. I've got a good feeling about this.
Remember those we lost. In the name of the King Thrall!
Time. What a good idea.
Baladash, Malinor. Lead on. I'm with you.
Time is of the essence. Sounds good. What's the plan?
We stand together.
What's the plan? I've got a good feeling about this. If you're sure.
Greetings. Together we will save Azeroth. Lead on. I'm with you. Fight well.
Shh. I'm trying to think here.
Say the word.
Time is of the essence. Sounds interesting. Sounds interesting. I've got a good feeling about this. Sounds good.
Our forces are under attack.
Greetings, friend.
Remember those we lost. Remember those we lost.
Yes, our forces are under attack.
My bow is at the ready. Fight well.
What's the plan? Sounds interesting. Sounds good.
Help me.
Is someone
help
say
you.
the word?
I'm trying to think here.
Together we will save Azeroth.
Greetings, friend. Greetings, friend.
Of course. Right away.
I've got a good feeling about this. If you're sure.
Lead on. Together we will save Azeroth. Fight well. Lead on. I'm with you. Remember those we lost.
Sounds interesting. If you're sure, what's the plan? I've got a good feeling about this. Sounds interesting.
You have made an unwise decision.
I'm trying to think here. Time is of the essence.
It's about time, if you insist.
I'm trying to think here. What's the plan? If you're sure. Sounds good. If you're sure. Of the essence. Sounds good. I've got a good feeling about this.
We stand together.
Greetings, friend. Sounds good. If you're sure. Sounds interesting. I've got a good feeling about this, if you're sure. Sounds interesting. Sounds good. Sounds interesting. I've got a good feeling about this. If you're sure.
Together we will save Azeroth. We stand together.
Greetings, friend. Sounds good. Sounds good. If you're sure.
Kick down, Sparky. What'll it be, Hotshot?
What's the plan? Sounds interesting. I've got a good feeling about this. I've got a good feeling about this. Sounds interesting.
My bow is at the ready. Remember those we lost.
I'm trying to think here. Sounds good. If you're sure. Time is of the essence. If you're sure. I hate resorting to violence. You're an exception.
Baladar.
Our forces are under attack.
Lead on. Remember those we lost. Time.
Greetings,
Do you require
Greetings,
a
friend. Sounds interesting. Sounds good. I've got a good feeling about this.
Do you require a
I'm fine with anything.
Get down, Sparky.
Time is of the essence. My magic will tear you apart. Sounds good.
Greetings.
I'm trying to think.
Once again, it's up to the others.
What's the plan? Greetings, friend. Time is of the essence.
Together we will save Azeroth. Baradash, Malan. Lead on. I'm with you. Together we will save Azeroth. Lead on. I'm with you. Fight well. Remember those we lost. Fight well. Together we will save Azeroth. Lead on. I'm with you. Remember those we lost. Fight well. Lead on. I'm with you. Together we will save Azeroth. Remember those we lost.
Shh. I'm trying to think here. Sounds interesting. I've got a good feeling about this. If you're sure. If you're sure. I've got a good feeling about this. Sounds interesting. Time is of the essence.
About time.
What's the plan?
My bow is at the ready. Fight well. Lead on. I'm with you.
Greetings, friend. Greetings, friend. What's the plan? Sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds interesting. If you're sure. I've got a good feeling about this. Sounds interesting. If you're sure. I've got a good feeling about this. Sounds good. Sounds interesting. I've got a good feeling about this. Sounds good. If you're sure. I've got a good feeling about this. If you're sure. Sounds good. Sounds interesting. Time is of the essence.
The chill of this place. Ugh. I can feel my blood freezing. What is that? Up ahead. Could it be? Frostmourne. The blade that destroyed our kingdom. Stand back! Touch that blade and your soul will be scarred for all eternity. I must attempt to commune with the spirits locked away within Frostmourne. Give me space.
Jaina, could it truly be you?
Uther! Dear Uther, I'm so sorry.
Jaina, you haven't much time. The Lich King sees what the sword sees. He will be here shortly.
Arthas is here? Maybe
No, girl. Arthas is not here. Arthas is merely a presence within the Lich King's mind. A dwindling presence.
But Uther, if there's any hope of reaching Arthas, I must try.
Jaina, listen to me. You must destroy the Lich King. You cannot reason with him. He will kill you and your allies and raise you all as powerful soldiers of the Scourge.
Tell me how, Uther. How do I destroy my prince?
Snap out of it, girl. You must destroy the Lich King at the place where he merged with Ner'zhul. Atop the spire, at the frozen throne. It is the only way.
You're right, Uther. Forgive me. I don't know what got a hold of me.
There is something else that you should know about the Lich King. Control over the Scourge must never be lost. Even if you were to strike down the Lich King, another would have to take his place. For without the control of its master, the Scourge would run rampant across the world, destroying all living things. A grand sacrifice by a noble soul.
Who could bear such a burden?
I do not know, Jaina. I suspect that the piece of Arthas that might be left inside the Lich King is all that holds the Scourge from annihilating Azeroth.
Then maybe there is still hope.
No, Jaina! Have arrived, Jaina, just as you promised. You will all become powerful agents of the Scourge.
He is too powerful. We must leave this place at once.
Once again, it's up to the elves. What a good idea.
If you're sure.
Name of the Kirin Horde! You'll pay for what you've done, fiend! Lead on. I'm with you.
If you insist.
You'll pay for what you've done, fiend!
fighting up ahead. Go now! It's a dead end. We have no choice but to fight. Steel yourself, heroes, for this is our last stand.
Nowhere to run. You're mine now. Fire! Fire! Quickly, climb aboard. We mustn't tarry here. There's no telling when this whole mountainside will collapse.
I should have listened to Uther. I had to see for myself. To look into his eyes one last